Ozzy Osbourne is pulling no punches in his highly anticipated new memoir, opening up about some of the most turbulent moments in his and wife Sharon Osbourne's decades-long public life. Among the bombshell revelations, the Prince of Darkness tackles one of the most controversial episodes in Sharon's career, her 2021 departure from the talk. According to Ozzy, what many saw as an explosive fallout over race-related comments was, in his view, a deliberate setup designed to take Sharon down. The new book, which chronicles Ozzy's life from his Black Sabbath days to his ongoing health battles, also shines a revealing light on how deeply Sharon's public humiliation affected him. "They tried to break her," he writes. "Someone wanted her gone, and they set her up perfectly to make it happen." The scandal that shook daytime TV. For fans who may not recall, Sharon Osbourne's exit from the talk came after an on-air confrontation in March 2021, when she defended her friend Piers Morgan following his criticism of Meghan Markle's interview with Oprah Winfrey. During the live broadcast, Sharon's co-host Sheryl Underwood questioned her stance, implying that her defense of Morgan could be seen as endorsing racism. The discussion spiraled quickly. Sharon became emotional, demanding that Underwood explain how her support for Morgan made her racist. The exchange was uncomfortable to watch, and in the aftermath, CBS temporarily pulled the show from air and launched an internal investigation. A few weeks later, Sharon was gone. The network said her departure came by mutual agreement, but the tone of the media coverage suggested otherwise. She was labeled insensitive, called out on social media, and even accused of fostering a toxic environment behind the scenes. But Ozzy, writing candidly in his memoir, sees it differently. "It wasn't spontaneous," he insists. "They knew exactly what they were doing when they put her in that position. Sharon walked into a trap, and by the time she realized it, the damage was already done." Ozzy's fury over the fallout. In his memoir, Ozzy doesn't hold back his anger toward how Sharon was treated in the wake of the controversy. He says the experience left both of them reeling, not just professionally but emotionally. "Sharon is the strongest person I know," Ozzy writes. "But after the talk, I saw her broken. I saw her doubt herself for the first time in her life. That crushed me more than anything." He recounts nights when Sharon couldn't sleep, days when she refused to read the news, and moments when the couple questioned whether they'd ever escape the cloud of negativity surrounding her exit. Still, Ozzy makes one thing clear: he believes his wife was targeted. He doesn't name names directly but alludes to behind the scenes, network politics, and a changing landscape of television that he claims made Sharon a convenient scapegoat. "They needed a story, and Sharon gave them one," Ozzy claims. "It wasn't about what she said. It was about who they could afford to lose." Sharon's side of the story. While Sharon has spoken publicly about the ordeal before, notably in interviews and on her family's podcast The Osbournes, Ozzy's memoir adds emotional weight and a sense of finality to her narrative. He describes his wife's deep pain and how she channeled her frustration into rebuilding her reputation on her own terms. Since leaving the talk, Sharon has become an outspoken advocate for free speech, mental health awareness, and fairness in media. She's made high-profile appearances on British television, worked alongside her daughter Kelly on projects like the Osbournes podcast, and supported Ozzy through his ongoing health challenges. "If they thought they'd silence her," Ozzy writes, "they clearly never met my wife." The rock legend also describes how the incident drew the couple even closer. "We've been through drugs, illness, scandals, and death threats," he reflects. "But that talk situation, that was one of the darkest. And she still came out swinging." Behind the curtain at the talk. Ozzy's memoir also offers a rare glimpse behind the scenes at the talk, painting a picture of a show that was already under internal strain. He describes Sharon's time there as the hardest job she ever had, not because of the work itself, but because of the politics. "She wasn't just hosting a talk show," he writes. "She was walking on eggshells every day. It stopped being about conversation and started being about survival." Ozzy claims Sharon often came home frustrated, confiding that she felt there were forces within the production who wanted her out long before the blow-up. The book implies that the incident with Sheryl Underwood was simply the breaking point. "When you've been around as long as Sharon," Ozzy adds, "you can smell when something's off." But even she didn't see that one coming. A marriage forged in chaos. For decades, Ozzy and Sharon Osbourne have been one of entertainment's most unshakable and unpredictable power couples. Their relationship has survived infidelity scandals, substance abuse, and health crises, all under the glare of global fame. But through it all, they've maintained a fierce loyalty to each other. In his memoir, Ozzy credits Sharon as his rock and the reason he's still alive today. He recalls their early days together when she took over managing his career after he was fired from Black Sabbath, and how her business acumen turned him into a solo superstar. She saved me, Ozzy writes. Not once, not twice, but over and over again. That's why seeing her torn down on national television hit him so hard. People can say what they want about Sharon, he continues. She's loud, she's opinionated, she's not everyone's cup of tea. But she's honest, she's real, and in this business, that's rare. Moving on, together. Despite the pain of the past few years, Ozzy's memoir makes clear that both he and Sharon are looking forward, not backward. He reveals that Sharon encouraged him to tell the truth in the book, not to reopen old wounds but to set the record straight. She said, "If you're going to write about me, write the truth. Don't sugarcoat it." So I did. Ozzy also shares that he and Sharon have found a renewed sense of peace through family. Their children, Amy, Kelly, and Jack, have all rallied around their parents, particularly as Ozzy continues to battle Parkinson's disease and mobility issues caused by his spinal injury. Family is everything, Ozzy concludes. And that's something the talk or any network drama can never take away. Public reaction to the revelations. Even before its official release, Ozzy's memoir is sparking heated discussion online. Fans have taken to social media to express support for Sharon, while others say Ozzy's claims of a setup raise serious questions about how cancel culture operates in modern media. Some entertainment insiders have also chimed in, noting that Ozzy's take aligns with what several anonymous crew members suggested back in 2021, that Sharon's on-air confrontation was encouraged by producers to boost ratings. CBS, for its part, has yet to respond to the renewed controversy. But Ozzy's memoir could reopen a conversation that many thought was long buried. A defiant love letter. At its heart, Ozzy's memoir is more than just a retelling of rock and roll chaos or celebrity scandal, it's a love letter to Sharon. It's a story of two people who faced the worst of fame and refused to let it destroy them. He closes his chapter on the talk with words that encapsulate both defiance and devotion. They tried to humiliate her. They tried to make her disappear. But Sharon Osbourne doesn't disappear. She roars, and I'll be roaring right beside her till the end.